Hey, it's Mike. Thanks for tuning back in. I have been teasing the couple of additions to my PC over the last week or so, and thought I'd go through them today. It's actually three massive additions to the PC, plus a small one, which isn't a PC really. It's more like a neat addition if I had an office, for instance. So my number one personal collection player is Carl Yastrzemski. And I don't really have a great explanation for why, other than the fact that he's a Red Sox player, or was. My life barely overlapped with his career. I think he retired after 1983, maybe, and I was born in 79. So I certainly don't remember him ever playing. But when I was a kid, I remember there was some sort of a ceremony on Fenway's field that my dad and I were watching. And my dad was just in awe of this guy I never knew anything about when I was probably 8 years old. But I just have that memory, and I've always loved the Yastrzemski story. The Sox, his triple crown in '67, and how well the team did completely unexpectedly that season. His career also spans 2 full decades. His rookie cards from 1960, and he has cards all the way into the early '80s. So it's kind of fun to think of collecting every single Yaz card during his career, which I'm working on. And I came closer to getting that over the past week or so. His rookie card I've had my eye on for a long time. 1960 Topps, Sporting, I think it's Sport Magazine, All-Star. It's a yellow card. It's very expensive, Yaz rookie. It's consistently, if you want a decent copy, you're talking minimum $200, but more like $300 and up for a good copy. So it's been tough for me to say I'm going to drop that much money on this one card, but I had a little bit of money left over from a couple of sales I made, and the Super Bowl squares that I won all that $860 on. I had $167 left, and last week, I think it was, or the week before that, I was looking at them and I found one, and it was like 4 hours until the auction was due to close, and it was at $120 or something like that, and it was already late. It was already my bedtime, and so I was like, well, I'm going to throw in a bid. I'll put my max bid at $155, knowing that the taxes would be about $12, taxes plus shipping, I think it was, but knowing that would wipe me out, put me at $167. I decided to put in a bid for $155 max. I texted my buddy Oliver. I said, I just put in a bid on this Yaz, but it ends in the middle of the night, and there's no way I'm going to win this one because somebody else is going to take it. So 155. When I went to sleep, maybe a half hour later, it was already at 155. Somebody else had bid it up, and my bid was winning at 155. And I was like, yeah, there's no way. This copy is way too nice. Woke up in the morning. First thing I have is a notification from eBay. You won. And I was shocked. I could not believe. And if you look at the shape of this, I haven't taken it out of this yet, but look at that card. It is a beauty. And it's in this weird screw down. It's actually like the screws have been taken out of it already. I'll be careful with it, but yeah, it is a sweet card. So I paid $167. I owed 29 cents. Because it was beyond the $167 I had in my PayPal. So pretty sweet, very excited. I now have, I believe, thanks to Rick giving me the 1964, I think I have every 1960s card, and I'm closing in on all the 70s tops. Not every 60s card, but every 60s tops card. Every 70s Topps card, I'm close. I think I'm missing 3, and those aren't terribly expensive. And then I think I have each of his Topps cards in the 80s. And then I also have literally dozens of oddball cards between the 60s, 70s, and 80s. So at some point I'll do a Yaz-specific video, which I think will be pretty fun, to show you all the cards that I have of Yaz. The other thing I got, which I'm very, very excited about, I thought it would be fun to take a card that has 3 Red Sox legends and get them autographed, get the card autographed by all 3 of them. So ideally it would be Pedro, David Ortiz and Yaz, but I couldn't find a card like that. I did find a Yaz, Carlton Fisk, and Wade Boggs. And Fisk and Wade Boggs do TTM. And so I thought, well, this could be easy because I could get the two of them, but how am I going to get Yaz? But then Yaz did a private signing and I sent it off. And I did a video about this because USPS lost it, essentially. Did a video about them not knowing where my card was back in, I think, January or maybe early February. And they had no clue where this card and the Jim Cott Jim Cott rookie card were. And I was scared because these two cards are, well, the Jim Cott card wasn't cheap, and this card I had paid already to have Yaz's autograph added to it. So if they lost that, I don't know if I would have gotten my money back, how that would work. But it did show up unexpectedly late last week, and here it is. You can see Yaz has signed it, and I don't love his autograph. It's tight and it's really tough to read, but still, it's a Yaz autograph, and then I'll get Fisk and Boggs added to it in the next month or so via TTM. But getting a Yaz auto on this, pretty darn exciting. Very exciting. So I'll do a short update as part of another video when I get Fisk and Boggs. I won't do another special video for that, but yeah, so a couple of amazing Yaz additions. Now I'm going to actually flip the phone around. I'm going to go over to my wall to show you my next one because this one is hanging up on the wall. I don't think I'm going to take it out off the wall, but we'll see. No, there was not enough light in the corner on my wall, so I've just taken them off the wall, and I figured I'd just show them here. I'll hold them up. And by the way, if you're into this type of thing, I do 2 to 3 of these videos a week. Vintage baseball cards, mostly some vintage basketball, but also some modern basketball and a little modern baseball. Click subscribe if you're into that kind of thing. Click that bell icon so you get notified of new videos. So here's what I've got. This is a 1967 Life magazine autographed by Yaz. You can see the autograph right there. Pretty awesome. And look at his face. It looks really cool. So I found this on Facebook Marketplace. The guy he had advertised it. He's local, somebody right nearby here. He had advertised it originally for $100. By the time I saw it, it was priced down to $80. And I thought, well, I don't know who this guy is. I've never heard of him before. Is he trustworthy? He's selling a very, very old, 55-year-old magazine that's autographed by Yaz, and it's Yaz on the cover. Is this trustworthy? And so I looked him up, and he is, in my opinion, very reputable. He's a local businessman, and he didn't have a ton of things up on Facebook Marketplace, and that's one thing. And so I reached out to him and said, hey, what's the story here? And he said that his father was retired and was looking to sell a lot of his collection, a lot of stuff from his collection, just to clear out all the old stuff. And he had asked his son to sell it for him because he had better avenues of selling things. And I said, would you do 60 on the Life magazine framed? And he said, yes, definitely. He'll take it, $60. And then he threw in this cool Yaz framed photo. So a couple of neat things to add to my wall. And someday I'll have an office in my house. Just got to get rid of my kids. And yeah, so really excited about these additions. The Yaz rookie, Yaz auto, and then a Yaz auto on a 67 magazine. Pretty amazing. And I added all of them in the course of like 2 weeks. So yeah, figured I'd share with you guys. Let me know what you think. All right, thanks for watching.